Hey, beautiful people. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Honest am here, the creator and writer of the Honest Sisters newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlamagne the God, it will not stop me. Injury number 19. Guys, my books are back open, so if you're interested in learning more or wanting to work with me, interested in learning more about honestlysis.com, or you want to work with me, all of that information can be found in the description box below. Angel number 35. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Big guardian angels and ancestors, what information do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? Please deliver these messages through me and to me, to me. Allow no room for doubt and confusions. God, just give us one card to focus on. What is a mantra that we should focus on for this week, this month, or hey, maybe even a lifetime? Give us one card that we should focus on. We'll do this card, this reading just a little bit differently because I'm kind of running out of time. Ooh, I love this. I walk through the fire of my pain to experience freedom from healing. I love this so much. I walk through the fire of my pain to experience the freedom of living, along with I experience life ups and downs. I experience life ups and downs with an even flow of energy and a peaceful outlook. I love this so much because this message just lets me know, angel number 140, that there is literally healing on the other side of pain. I have definitely been in this place where I have just been so grateful for everything that I have gone through. You guys know I have cried and talked all about, me breaking up with my organization of 10 plus years, me breaking up with my boyfriend of 7 plus years. And it just has been a lot of just loss. But honestly, within these last 2 years, I have just realized that even though I've been experiencing a lot of loss, I've also been just experiencing a lot of growth. I've been able to get my yoga class. I have been able to find a writing group. I'm almost done with my book. Things have just been so much better. And even though I was really crying about, my old friend groups, and, I remember I told you guys I was just sitting around waiting for people to invite me places. And when I really stopped doing that and I decided to take my life in my own hands, it seemed like my life just opened up overnight. And it's just because I decided to take my life in my hands. And now I'm planning on going on trips that I only dreamed about, and doing things that just I could have never imagined for myself. And it all happened because I was kicked out of my old life. And so I'm so grateful that it happened because I now am on the other side of it. And so I have been saying it on my Twitter. I've been saying it just everywhere. There is healing on the other side of pain. So if you're going through it, just stick it out because I promise you it does get better. Okay? All right, guys. Let's just see what our energy is. God, clarify this message of I walk through I walk through the fire of pain to experience the freedom of healing. I experience life ups and downs with the even flow of energy. What do you want us to know about this message? Why is it so important for us to know that there is healing on the other side? Why is it so important? I love this. Oh my God. Look, first of all, if you had any doubt, angel number 355, that there was any progression happening in your life, look at this. The 6 with the 7. 6 and 7. Let you know that God is telling you, literally in both of these things, God is telling you to move away from the strife, move away from the conflict, and also move away from people who makes you need to tiptoe around yourself. Also, it's pick up your coins, set your boundaries, and walk away. I feel like what God is saying is that when you have to know that when you move away from those energies, I think a lot of times that if we get very scared to walk away from things because we just oh, well, what if I don't get this again? Or what if this ever happens? But you have to realize that if you've had a lifetime of experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of people making you feel less than, a lot of people making you feel like you got to tiptoe around your feelings, a lot of people who haven't really, respected and embraced who you are as a person, then don't you want to see the other side of that? Don't you want to see what it's like to be around people who do accept you, people who do love you, people who make you, who does embrace you? Like, we have to realize that just like this pendulum, life works in balance. So if it has been bad, if you've experienced a lot of bad, you have to know that you are due for some good. And so that's why God is saying, move through the pain, walk away from those people, because the other side of it is so much better. And that's the same thing that happened to me. I just realized, like, it was like the moment that I stopped being like, oh, these people left me and they're never going to come back and they don't care about me. And I just started focusing on myself and like rebuilding my world and really getting clear about what I want to do. Also, I realized, because this is the thing, I have always been like a people person. And I've always wanted to be in groups. I've always wanted to belong. And so I would do certain things like to be in a group, even if it wasn't even something I really wanted to do. Like, I wasn't being true to me. I didn't even do acting because like I didn't even go see a play because the people that I was around in school wasn't into those type of things. And so, and I know that's on me. Like, that's on me, but I didn't know any better. Like, when you don't know better, you'll spend your whole life filling this void and you have no idea what this void is. And it's actually you. You going around looking for a boyfriend, looking for best friends, when it's really your soul. Like, bitch, I want to get to know you. I want to experience some things. And so I remember when that first grad year, when I had none of my friends at school, I had to force myself to like do stuff differently. That was the first year I ever, took the China bus to New York. The first year I ever acted in a play. My whole world opened up. And so sometimes God has to take you out of those environments. Sometimes God has to hurt your feelings because you wouldn't otherwise let go on your own. I would have never walked away from that organization. I would have never left my boyfriend. I would even though I felt it. I was in those relationships. I was in that situation and I was not happy. But there was this loyalty in me, like, oh, you can't walk away. These people did so much for you. And I would have stayed there and been miserable my whole life, thinking that I was happy. But deep down inside, I know I was miserable. I knew I wanted to walk away. I knew I should have ended the relationship about 5 years ago. But I was scared because I'm like, oh, I ain't going to get that no more. Who going to love me? I'm never going to find that organization. And so sometimes God has to reject you. Sometimes God has to kick you out of environments because you wouldn't have left any other way. Sometimes God has to have you go through these betrayals and have to have you get to this place where you're so low because you would have never done it any other way. And so what God is saying is, like, instead of being so focused on the betrayal, instead of being so focused on what's not happening right in your life, look at what's happening in your life. I realized, oh shit, like, ever since I've been out of those organizations, I done went up 20K and want my same job. I didn't get no new appointment. I didn't ask for a raise. I didn't do any of this shit. It was just the environment that I was in was literally keeping me in poverty, was literally blocking my blessings. And the second I got out of it, the second I got kicked out of it, my life grew. And so this is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know what you're holding on to. I don't know what it is that you are clinging to, but all I'm telling you is let it go. Think about that image of where there's this little girl and she has this little bitty tiny teddy bear and God is like, let me have your bear. And behind his back is this big ass bear. That's your life. You're clinging on to these little bitty things, these little bitty morsels, these people who gives you a little bit of loyalty, these niggas who kind of like you, when you could actually have somebody who loves you, when you could actually be in relationships and in friendships with people who support you, if you would just be willing to go through the pain. Angel number 909. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. We're going to end this message with a sacred rebel. Dear God, guardian angels, ancestors, clarify this message of 6 of swords, 7 of swords with the 9 of wands. I walked through the pain. I walked through the fire of my pain to experience freedom. I experienced life's ups and downs and even flows of energy. What do you want us to understand? Allow no room for doubt or confusion in me or the viewer's mind. In God's name I pray. What do we need to know, God, about moving through pain? Why do we need to know that there is healing on the other side of pain? Shit, listen to Key. This nigga, He spent years waiting for the phone to ring, gave up on his dream, and it still ended up happening for him. Come on now. Trust God. The message that we're going to focus on, look at this, big, bold vision. You feel it. Angel number 1010, you feel it. And this is what I want y'all to know. God is not cruel. Why would he even allow you to have a vision that you couldn't reach? Why would he allow you to desire something that was impossible for you to have? Because he wouldn't. He wouldn't. He absolutely wouldn't. Okay? Trust that big, bold vision. And the message that we're going to focus on is, what do you feel? Angel number 9. We end in cycles. This year, we got to focus on our feelings. We got to get back into our feelings. Fuck all this mental shit. We need to get in our feelings, linking up with our emotions. There are many opinions around you. Some are helpful, but others are distracting you from your truth. Although it can be helpful to hear the thoughts of others, when it comes down to it, you have to come to your own decisions. Do you know how unique you are? How your path is your path to be chosen, lived, and created only by you. Someone else cannot be the source of your decision-making power without negative repercussions for both you in the long run. For both of you in the long run. This oracle comes to you because you have become swept up in thinking things through. You have been thinking about which way to go with a matter of importance, and you have gotten a bit stuck in logic of the decision-making process. Sometimes we have to accept that any path is a path forward, and if it is not the best path, we can change our approach later on if needed. If we are slightly off base with a decision, life will often swift and move to guide us back on track. We don't have to be perfect. In fact, there is rarely ever a perfect choice to be made. Just some choices that feel more heart-honoring than others. Sometimes we can only really know in hindsight if we made the best choice possible in that moment. At the time of decision making, we only really have our internal wisdom to rely upon, and that is all that we need. The oracle of what do you feel is telling you that there is no need to punish or traumatize yourself with possible choices. Just make a choice will set things in motion. The best way to catalyze the situation you are in and bring about healing change, stimulate your creative juices, and find a more inspired, energized, and enjoyable approach to your life is to just make a choice based on what you feel right now. Not based on anyone else's feelings, just yours. So ask yourself, what do I feel right now? And go from there. If you cannot relate to the need to make a choice between two or more clear alternatives, then the oracles bring you this message. You are at a crossroad in your journey. And the choices you make at this time, even simply choosing to do a little differently without much drama associated with the decision, are powerful triggers for some great magic to enter your life. Take a different approach to something. Be open to that which makes you uncomfortable, but could be exciting and interesting. Even small adventures will yield big rewards right now. It matters less that you do the most wonderful thing ever, too much pressure, and more that you simply take an action from your heart. Open up to the creative magic of life and don't worry about how it is all going to work out. The bigger creative flow of life is sorting out all the details, and you are not immune to that plan. In fact, you are a natural part of it. So just spend some time with your own feelings and know that it is all going to work out perfectly. Angel number 1350, put your hand on your heart, and we're going to end this message with this. My choices flows from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. My choices flow easily from my heart, and I tread my path with certainty and grace, always within the merciful protection of unconditional love. So be it. Ashe. Angel number 1429. I have no idea what God is asking you to let go, to do differently, but I just ask that that you really take this message to heart. If you felt something flutter within you, or if this triggered you in any type of way, in a good way, not a negative. Then I ask that you take that inspired action and go ahead and make some big, bold action because life is just waiting for you to grab it by the horns. Will you? All right, y'all. That's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever, ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Talk to you soon. Bye.